Okay, for the quiz on reflections over the line of reflection, we've got 3 different scenarios that we learned, one of which we're going to do today. Before, you learned how to reflect over just the X and Y axis. So when you reflect, let me write this down. When you reflect over, and you're going to see in the question, X axis, or you're going to see reflect over the Y axis. All right, whenever we reflect over the axis, this is what you're going to see. You need to write the rule. You need to know the rule. I'm not going to write it all out. I'm going to write out what you need to remember, the information that's going to help you get the coordinates correct. So whenever we reflect over X, we're going to write X. Whenever we reflect over Y, let's put that there, we're going to keep Y. So X is X, Y is Y. But what we have to change, now we have to change one. So we're going to change Y, this one, change X, this one. If you write it out in this way, you're going to be fine. Now the next one that you guys learned that you need to be able to do is when Y equals X. Or Y equals, remember this means change X. So you're going to either be Y equals X or Y equals change X. So when Y equals X, then common sense, Y is X. Y is, we're changing it, so it's change Y, change X, Y, and X. Because Y is pretty much in the X spot. Okay? Now, the one you're going to do here is going to be, you're going to create a new line of reflection. In the top one, it's reflecting over the axis. The second one we learned, we're reflecting over a diagonal. I always say draw the diagonal this way. This is the way I remember it. If it's a positive X, I'm going to start in the right side, and I'm going to go down from the right of that graph. If it's a negative, I'm going to start from the left, and I'm going to go ahead and draw down that way. Okay? Now, we're going to write a new, we're going to learn how to read it and draw a new line of reflection. When you're drawing this line of reflection, the rule is going to look like this. You're either going to draw it through the X, so it's going to be X equals whatever number you're going to draw it through. So let's say it's -7. Or you're going to draw the line through the Y-axis, Y equals let's say +2. You're going to draw it through the Y at +2. That's what we're going to do now. So you're going to either have the line of reflection, the either Y or X axis, or it's going to go over a diagonal, or you're going to draw a horizontal or a vertical line in a different spot and reflect over that. And that's what you have today. Just a little review and reminder. Remember, when you have a point on either the Y or the X axis, you need to know where the 0 goes. There's always going to be a 0. So you can see right now the blue point is on the X axis. So that means you're going to put that number, which is -4, right here. -4 is going to go where the X is, in the X spot. So we have X is your first number, so that's -4. When the number's on the axis, that means you're going to have a 0. So 4 is on X, 4 goes in the X spot, and then 0 for Y. Again, we have the point here on an axis. So this time, it's on the Y axis. So that means we're going to write here the coordinates. If it's on the y, then we need to put the 6 here in the y spot, which is your second number. And because it's on the axis, we have a 0, and that will be the x spot. So anytime you see a point on the axis, put it in the spot where either, if it's on the y, put it in the y spot, as is here. If the point is on the x, you're going to put that number that it's on the x spot, and then a 0 for the y. So remember that as you find your coordinates for the next reflection.